Have you ever felt like you don't belong? Like you're standing in a crowd, yet thinking 1,000 miles ahead of everyone around you? If that sounds familiar, maybe you carry the mind of an Aquarius. Here's a fact most people don't realize: Aquarius is one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac. People see them as strange, cold, or distant. But the truth is far more powerful. Behind their quiet, calm eyes lies a mind built to shape the future. A heart that carries both rebellion and deep compassion. And a soul that constantly questions everything around it. But what drives this paradox? Why does Aquarius always seem to live on the edge of society, yet somehow lead it forward? Today, we're going to explore the hidden psychology behind Aquarius. Not just their strengths, but the emotional reasons why those strengths exist. Why they choose independence over connection. Why their creativity is more than a talent, it's a survival tool. And how their unique mind can teach every one of us how to live more freely. If you're ready to discover the deepest secrets of Aquarius, stay with me. And if you're passionate about astrology, psychology, or personal growth, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Now, let's begin. Have you ever met someone who always seems to live in the future? Someone who's constantly searching for the next idea, the next solution, the next version of life itself? If you've met an Aquarius, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Their mind doesn't just wander, it races ahead. They see possibilities where others see obstacles. While most people feel safe sticking to what they know, Aquarius feels suffocated by the ordinary. Their futuristic mindset isn't just a personality trait, it's their way of breathing. Think about it. Why do so many Aquarius people get labeled as weird, or too distant, or lost in their own world? It's because they don't look at the present moment like most people do. They're always asking, what's next? What could be better? How can this system, this relationship, this life, evolve? And when they don't find answers in the world around them, they create their own. This isn't just innovation. It's their way of finding freedom. And maybe, deep down, they're trying to escape the emotional traps that routine builds over time. So, if you're an Aquarius, or you love one, remember this: their constant future thinking isn't running away from life. It's running towards what life could be. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Aquarius creativity isn't just about being artistic or original. It's much deeper. Their creative energy is their rebellion against limitations. When life boxes them in, when society tells them this is how it should be, Aquarius doesn't listen. They think, why should I follow rules that don't make sense? And in that moment, creativity becomes their weapon. Picture an Aquarius friend facing a problem at work. Maybe the team keeps using the same outdated methods. Most people adapt and stay quiet. But not Aquarius. Their mind immediately looks for a better way. It's not about showing off. It's about survival. Their soul feels trapped when surrounded by repetition. So, they innovate. They create new strategies, new systems, new ways to approach the same problem. And what happens? People around them either admire their brilliance or misunderstand their unconventional approach. But here's the truth. Their creativity isn't about breaking rules for the sake of it. It's about breaking the right rules, at the right time, to build something better. If you're an Aquarius, remember this: every crazy idea you have might be the solution someone else is too afraid to imagine. Don't silence your creative instincts. That's where your power lives. Now, let's look deeper into something even more personal. Independence. For Aquarius, independence isn't just a choice. It's a need. Have you noticed how many Aquarius people struggle with feeling controlled? Maybe they avoid clingy relationships, or they resist strict workplace hierarchies. It's because, deep down, they associate dependence with losing themselves. They don't want to follow paths written by others. They need to create their own. But there's a softer side people often miss. This independence isn't because Aquarius doesn't care. In fact, they care deeply. But to love, to create, to live fully, they first need to feel free. It's like trying to paint a masterpiece inside a locked room. Freedom is the space where their soul breathes. So, if you're close to an Aquarius, here's a gentle reminder: support their independence. Even when you don't understand it. Give them room to wander mentally and emotionally. That's when they'll come back to you, not because they need to, but because they choose to. Finally, let's uncover one of the most overlooked strengths of Aquarius: their intellect. Not just intelligence, but the way their mind works under pressure. Their ability to analyze, question, and solve problems isn't just a skill. It's a form of protection. Life is full of uncertainties. And for Aquarius, understanding is a way of staying safe. When emotions cloud other people's thinking, Aquarius retreats into logic. It's not that they lack feelings. It's that they process emotions through thought. They analyze their pain. They question their joy. And while this can make them seem distant, it's their method of self-preservation. Imagine someone betrays them. Where another person might react with anger, Aquarius steps back. They ask, why did this happen? What was missed? How do I avoid this in the future? Their mind becomes their shield. But here's where it gets interesting. That same intellect also becomes their guide. In relationships, business, even personal growth. Aquarius uses their analytical mind like a compass. It points them toward what's real, what's honest, and what's necessary. So, if you're an Aquarius, trust that logical mind of yours. It's not making you cold. It's making you strong. And if you love an Aquarius, remember this: when they choose to explain instead of express, they're not avoiding you. They're trying to protect you from their own chaotic emotions. Let them think. Let them analyze. It's how they heal. As you can see, these strengths aren't just surface-level traits. They're the foundation of how Aquarius survives and thrives in a world that often doesn't understand them. Keep watching, because next, we're going to explore how Aquarius connects with others, even when their heart is guarded. Let's pause for a moment and think about something simple, yet powerful. Why does Aquarius, a sign often seen as distant, care so much about humanity? It's easy to misunderstand their motives. People see them fighting for causes, supporting strangers, or standing up for what's right. But deep inside, Aquarius doesn't do it to look noble. They do it because their soul feels connected to people, even when their mind feels separate. That's the hidden contradiction. Imagine a person who struggles to connect emotionally, yet works tirelessly to improve lives around them. That's Aquarius. Their humanitarian nature isn't just a personality trait. It's their way of belonging. When they help others, when they stand up for justice, they feel connected to something bigger than themselves. That's why many Aquarians find themselves in roles of leadership in communities or movements. Not because they seek fame, but because their heart silently demands to make the world more fair, more compassionate. And if you're an Aquarius listening right now, remember, your empathy isn't weakness. It's your bridge to the world. But how do they build those bridges when emotions are hard to express? Here's the secret: friendliness. Aquarius doesn't win people over with loud passion or intense closeness. They win people over by being open, authentic, and honest. Think about someone you met who didn't try too hard to impress you, yet you felt drawn to them. That's how Aquarius works. Their energy feels safe, real, approachable. This friendliness becomes a subtle yet powerful weapon. It turns strangers into allies, rivals into collaborators. Their ability to connect on a human level opens doors that effort alone cannot. But there's more behind their friendly nature. It's not just charm. It's strategy. Aquarius knows life is not about standing alone forever. They understand that trust, loyalty, and support networks matter. Whether in friendships, family, or career, they use their social energy to build relationships that empower everyone involved. And here's something practical you can learn from them: you don't have to be the loudest or most emotional person in the room to create connection. Sometimes, being genuine and approachable is the strongest way to lead. And when it comes to leadership, nothing reveals Aquarius' power more than their voice. Their ability to communicate ideas clearly, passionately, yet calmly, that's what sets them apart. Whether they're speaking one-on-one or addressing a crowd, Aquarius uses words like architects use blueprints. Their mind organizes complex thoughts into simple messages that resonate with others. And it's not just about speaking. It's about listening, understanding, responding thoughtfully. In business meetings, they're the ones who cut through confusion with a single clear sentence. In personal conversations, they're the ones who know exactly what needs to be said to calm fears or inspire action. Think about a moment when someone's words changed your perspective, gave you clarity, or even gave you hope. That's the kind of communicator Aquarius can be. And if you're an Aquarius, remember, your voice matters more than you realize. Every time you choose to express an idea, share a vision, or explain a concept, you're not just talking. You're leading. Don't underestimate the power of saying things that others are too unsure to say. And what drives all of this? What fuels their friendships? Their leadership, their ability to change lives? Their vision. Aquarius sees the future long before others even think about change. While the world is comfortable in today, Aquarius is living in tomorrow. It's not a choice. It's how their mind works. They're constantly scanning for what's next. What could be improved? What needs to evolve? This visionary thinking is both a gift and a burden. It allows them to adapt faster than anyone else, but it also isolates them. Imagine trying to explain your futuristic ideas to people who are still focused on yesterday's problems. That's often the silent struggle of Aquarius. But instead of giving up, they build the future themselves. They trust their vision, even when no one else can see it yet. That's why so many Aquarius individuals become innovators, entrepreneurs, or thought leaders. Not because they chase status, but because they're already standing where the future begins. And here's the life lesson in this: you don't have to wait for others to understand your dreams. If you believe in a better path, like Aquarius, start walking it. Let your vision guide you, even if you walk alone at first. And that brings us to the deeper mysteries of Aquarius. Because in the next part of this journey, we'll explore something most people overlook. The final 3 insights reveal the most personal, and maybe the most controversial truths about Aquarius. Stay with me. What you're about to hear might change how you see them forever. Now, let's slow down and ask a simple question. Have you ever watched someone make a decision without emotion? While everyone around them panics, hesitates, or reacts, this person stays calm, quiet, focused. That's often how Aquarius thinks. From the outside, it can feel cold. But what's happening inside is something few people understand. It's not that they feel nothing. It's that their emotions don't control their choices. Their mind steps forward first. When Aquarius faces challenges, their instinct isn't to react. It's to analyze, to step back, detach from the chaos, and think. This is their strength. In relationships, in careers, in moments of crisis, they choose logic over impulse. They see through emotional traps that would confuse most people. Imagine a heated argument. One person yells, another cries. But Aquarius? They listen. Then they ask the question no one else thought to ask. Their clarity cuts through the noise. And yet, that same strength can make them lonely. People assume they don't care. But the truth is more complex. Aquarius uses rationality not to avoid emotions, but to protect themselves from making mistakes driven by them. It's their way of staying safe in a world full of emotional storms. So if you're close to an Aquarius, remember. When they choose silence over reaction, when they pause instead of shouting, it's not distance. It's wisdom. And now, imagine a world where everyone demands to be right. Where differences divide. Where misunderstandings build walls between people. In that world, Aquarius quietly chooses another path. Tolerance. It sounds simple, but it's actually one of their strongest tools. Aquarius accepts differences not just because they're open-minded, but because they understand a deeper truth: every person sees life through a different lens. Why fight that? This is why Aquarius often has friends from all walks of life. They sit with people others avoid. They listen to stories that challenge their beliefs. Because for them, learning never stops. Every different opinion, every unique experience, it's valuable. And this tolerance isn't weakness. It's strategy. It allows Aquarius to navigate diverse environments without fear. While others close their minds to protect their identity, Aquarius opens theirs to expand it. Think about your own life for a moment. Are there people you avoid because they think differently? Are there ideas you reject before understanding them? If yes, maybe it's time to learn from Aquarius. Try listening without defending. Try accepting without agreeing. You'll find freedom in that. But what happens when life hits hard? When emotions run high and the world feels like it's falling apart? That's when Aquarius shows one of their most underestimated powers. Staying calm. Even-tempered. While others lose control, Aquarius holds steady. This isn't luck. It's learned. Over time, they've discovered that reacting emotionally often makes problems worse. So instead, they pause. Think. Breathe. Imagine a work crisis. Deadlines missed. People stressed. Chaos everywhere. In that moment, Aquarius becomes the eye of the storm. They don't deny the problem, but they don't let panic control them. Their calmness helps others find balance too. And in personal life, it's the same. Friends come to them not just for advice, but for peace. For perspective. For clarity. Here's something important to remember. This calmness isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about choosing when to express them. It's emotional intelligence in disguise. Aquarius knows that every reaction has consequences. So they choose their battles wisely. And if you're someone who struggles to stay calm in tough moments, remember this: being still is not weakness. It's power. And that power shows itself in one more way: originality. Aquarius doesn't follow trends. They question them. While the world copies, they create. But originality isn't just about being different. It's about being real. Being honest. Being yourself when everyone else wants you to fit in. From childhood, many Aquarius people feel like outsiders. At school, they ask the questions others are afraid to ask. At work, they challenge systems that feel outdated. And in relationships, they seek deep, authentic connections, not surface-level comfort. Their originality isn't rebellion. It's survival. It's how they protect their identity in a world that rewards conformity. But living this way isn't easy. Being original means being misunderstood. It means facing judgment. And yet, Aquarius keeps choosing their own path. Why? Because nothing suffocates them more than pretending to be someone they're not. And maybe that's the lesson we all need. You don't have to fit in to be valuable. You don't have to follow to succeed. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is be unapologetically yourself. Let this sink in for a moment. Rational thinking. Tolerance. Calmness. Originality. These 4 strengths aren't just traits. They're ways of living. Ways of protecting the heart while changing the world. And yet, we're not done. Because the final 3 secrets of Aquarius reveal something even deeper. Qualities that challenge stereotypes, and might reveal why Aquarius is not just powerful, but unstoppable. Stay with me. What comes next may surprise you. Let's imagine a moment together. You're sitting across from someone who listens to your story, your struggles, your dreams, without judgment. No rush to correct you. No need to make you think like them. They simply listen. That quiet understanding? That feeling of being accepted exactly as you are? That's Aquarius tolerance in action. It's not about agreeing with everyone. It's about accepting that everyone has a different path. Different ideas. Different wounds. While most people try to convince others they're right, Aquarius opens their mind wider. Not because it's easy, but because they've learned something life-changing. You don't grow by rejecting what you don't understand. You grow by allowing it to exist alongside your own truth. In friendships, this shows up as deep respect. They let you be yourself. In work, it means they can lead diverse teams and handle opposing ideas with grace. And in personal life, it means they rarely try to change people. They trust that everyone evolves in their own time. If you've ever been loved by an Aquarius, you've likely felt this. The safety of simply being, without needing to explain yourself. If you're an Aquarius, don't underestimate this power. In a world so divided, your tolerance is not a passive trait. It's your quiet strength. Now, think about chaos for a moment. We all face it. Deadlines. Arguments. Unexpected losses. Life throws storms at everyone. But while most of us panic, there's always that one person who stays calm. Who looks at the problem without fear. Who holds space for solutions when everyone else is stuck in reactions. That's the even-tempered nature of Aquarius. It's not that they feel less. It's that they've learned to trust silence. To trust breathing. To trust patience. This ability to remain calm isn't something they were born with. It's something they've practiced. Maybe from childhood, when they felt misunderstood. Maybe from work experiences where losing control meant losing respect. Over time, they learned panic creates more problems. So instead, they pause. Observe. Think. Then, they act. And their actions, when they come, are clear. Decisive. Effective. In relationships, this can make Aquarius a rock in the storm. A partner who doesn't add to the chaos but absorbs it. A friend who listens without amplifying your fear. But here's the personal side. This calmness can sometimes feel isolating. Because while they help others find peace, who helps them? If you love an Aquarius, remember this, sometimes their calmness is hiding the storms inside. Offer them space, but also offer them a safe place to fall apart when they need it. Because being the calm one is exhausting too. Now, let's shift focus to something people often misunderstand. Originality. People say Aquarius is unique. But why? Is it just about quirky fashion? Unusual hobbies, or thinking differently? Not really. Their originality goes much deeper. It's about survival. From a young age, Aquarius feels different. Maybe they ask questions no one can answer. Maybe they see patterns others miss. Maybe they dream bigger, or stranger, or wilder than those around them. And instead of being celebrated, they're often told to fit in. But Aquarius doesn't fit. And trying to feels like suffocation. So they stop pretending. They choose to stand out. To think differently. To live on their own terms. This is where their originality is born. From the need to protect their identity in a world that rewards conformity. Think about this in your own life. How many times have you silenced your ideas, just to feel accepted? Aquarius reminds us all, blending in isn't worth losing yourself. Their originality isn't rebellion for the sake of it. It's a quiet promise they make to themselves: I will be real, even if it means walking alone. And then, there's their adventurous soul. Most people fear change. They fear leaving the known behind. But Aquarius? They crave it. Change, for them, isn't chaos. It's freedom. The unknown isn't frightening. It's exciting. Every new idea, every new place, every new experience, it's an opportunity to grow. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking at a path no one has walked before. Most people step back. Aquarius steps forward. Not recklessly, but bravely. Their curiosity overpowers their fear. In daily life, this shows up as a constant hunger for learning. A desire to meet new people. To explore new philosophies. To try new ways of thinking and living. But this adventurous spirit also has a deeper meaning. For Aquarius, adventure is self-discovery. Every new step into the unknown reveals something hidden within themselves. And this is the lesson they offer all of us: growth doesn't happen inside comfort zones. It happens when you dare to step beyond them. So, if you've been feeling stuck, ask yourself, what would Aquarius do? Maybe the answer is simple: take the risk. Say yes to the unknown. Trust that even if the path looks strange, it might lead you to exactly where you're meant to be. Now, as we move forward, get ready. Because what's coming next are the 3 qualities of Aquarius that reveal their deepest truths. Strengths so personal, and sometimes so misunderstood, that they might completely change the way you see this unique sign. Stay with me. You won't want to miss what's coming. There's something people rarely notice about Aquarius. Something hidden beneath their bold ideas and adventurous spirit. It's their generosity. But not the kind that's loud. Not the kind that looks for attention. It's quiet. Subtle. Sometimes invisible. Aquarius gives without expecting anything back. They give knowledge. Time. Encouragement. Even when no one's watching. Picture someone who stays after the meeting to help a colleague who's struggling. Or someone who listens, really listens, when their friend needs to talk at 2 a.m. Or someone who shares their strange, brilliant ideas, just to spark someone else's dream. That's Aquarius generosity. It's not about money. It's about energy. It's about pouring pieces of themselves into the people they believe in. But here's what's beautiful. Every time they give, without keeping score, they build something powerful. Trust. Loyalty. Connection. The people they help remember. And when Aquarius least expects it, life brings that kindness back to them. If you're an Aquarius, remember this: your willingness to lift others, even quietly, is your superpower. Keep sharing your light. The world needs it more than you realize. Now, we arrive at one of Aquarius's most overlooked strengths. And yet, it might be their sharpest. Being detail-oriented. People often assume Aquarius lives only in big ideas, floating in the future, lost in grand visions. But that's not the whole truth. When something matters to them, they focus deeply. They notice things others miss. Small signs. Patterns hidden between the lines. Clues that everyone else overlooks. In work. This makes them excellent problem solvers. They spot weaknesses in systems. They catch mistakes before they become disasters. In relationships, they remember small things about people. What makes someone smile? What someone fears but doesn't say? What someone dreams of but is too shy to share? That attention to detail isn't just about precision. It's about care. It's how Aquarius shows they're paying attention, even when they seem distant. Think about your own life. How often do you rush past the details, chasing the bigger picture? Aquarius reminds us, sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest meaning. If you're an Aquarius, trust your eye for what's hidden. Your focus isn't random. It's your way of protecting what matters. And your way of turning ideas into reality. Now, after all these insights, let's pause. Because Aquarius is not just a sign of the zodiac. It's a symbol of something much deeper. The courage to be different. The strength to think ahead. The kindness to give without asking. And the wisdom to stay calm when the world demands chaos. Maybe you've recognized parts of yourself in this journey. Maybe you've seen your best friend, your partner, or that quiet colleague you always wondered about. Aquarius teaches us one truth: you don't need to fit in to belong. You don't need to follow to lead. Sometimes, standing alone is the most powerful place to be. So, what now? If you've felt inspired, if you've learned something about yourself or someone you care about, consider subscribing to this channel. There's so much more waiting for you. More stories. More insights. More journeys into the human mind through the lens of astrology and psychology. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who feels different or misunderstood, share this video with them. Sometimes, one message is all it takes to help someone feel seen. Thank you for being here today. For opening your mind. For listening not just with your ears, but with your heart. And remember, every soul carries a secret. Every sign holds a lesson. And this is just the beginning. See you in the next video.